Now, if you watched my video for number 29, you heard me go into a very long and complicated explanation about a very long and complicated math process, completing the square, circle formulas. It was a nightmare. And so that's a good example of a question that, especially if you're running out of time, you want to skip, guess something, and move on. But number 30 is the opposite. Everyone can do this question, and everyone needs to get it right. If you didn't get this right, you're not using the strategies. This screams arithmetize to me. It screams out that strategy because, look, it's algebra, complicated algebra. The choices look really scary. But I know that algebra is not going to matter here because I can replace the placeholders, the variables, with numbers. Because, look, I'm never asked to solve for x. I'm never asked to solve for a or y. They're just all placeholders. So if you got this wrong, look at your page. Did you show work, or did you just think about it and pick an answer? If you just thought about it, just as bad. That's shame on you, okay? We know that this is supposed to be a very hard question. So if you're just using logic, the odds are very good that you're getting trapped by the SAT. And so we want to use arithmetize to prove our logic. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick numbers. And I know that there are ways to do this without numbers. But again, I'm not trusting myself here, and it's not that hard to pick numbers and prove your answer. So what are we going to do? I want to pick values for x and a so that I get a value for y. So I'm going to randomly kind of pick here. I'm going to do x is, let's do x is 3 and a is 2. Yeah. There's lots of numbers we can do. I'm trying to create a inconvenient situation here. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do x is 3 and a is 2. And so what's going to happen? Well, we can plug those in here. So now this becomes 3 squared minus 2. So 3 squared is 9, and so 9 minus 2 is 7. So y is equal to 7. So here are our 4 values, or 3 values rather. And so I'm going to box those so I don't lose them, because there's a lot of letters flying around. And so basically now I want to say, well, this is an equivalent form of the equation, so everything should line up perfectly if I plug all these numbers into the answer choices. So let's look at choice A. So we're going to get 7 is equal to 3 plus 2 times 3 minus 2. So 7 is equal to 3 plus 2 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1. Well, that's not true, right? Because 5 times 1 is 5. So this creates a problem. So that's how I know that choice A is wrong. A lot of people pick choice A. So we just proved the most common wrong answer wrong. So this is the benefit of arithmetize. It prevents the trap right off the bat. Let's keep going. 7 is equal to x plus radical 2, or sorry, not x plus radical 2, 3 plus radical 2 times 3 minus radical 2. So now if this wasn't the calculator section, we'd have a bit of a problem, but I can do that, right? So 3 plus radical 2 is going to be 4.41, and 3 minus radical 2 is going to be 1.59, and 4.41 times 1.59 is close to 7. Ooh, 0.119. Close enough that because I rounded, I'd be a little nervous here. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe it's close, but it's not something I can eliminate because I did round. So let's take a look. Let's keep going. Let's look at C and see if anything comes out along that's better. So this is going to be 7 is equal to 3 plus 2 over 2 and 3 minus 2 over 2. So that 7 is equal to, well, 2 over 2 is 1, so that's 4. So times 2. Well, 7 is not equal to 8, so that's going to go away. And this is kind of why I picked 2 at the start. I should have maybe picked a slightly different number, but I wanted to kind of let the decimals be part of this. So the reason I picked 2 was I do want to pick numbers sometimes that are going to be convenient. So I do look ahead to my answer choices and I think, well, what's going to happen when I put these numbers in? And so I knew that 2 divided by 2 was going to be an easy fraction to deal with. I should have maybe picked something like 4 as my value for A, so that way I could also take the square root of it really easily, but I want to show you it doesn't really matter, especially when we have the calculator. It's okay. So we've proven C wrong. Let's go to the final one here, D. So 7 is equal to 3 plus 2 squared. 7 is equal to 5 squared. Well, that's 25. So look, when I did this with the calculator, I didn't get 7. I got close, but I did round my answer. So those numbers, 4.41, 1.59, I rounded them. So it makes sense that my answer also might not be exactly what I'm looking for because it might be a rounded version of it. So that is okay. That was my goal here, was to show you how effective this strategy can be. And so there are other numbers we could have picked if we really thought about it. Like I said, A being 4 would have been kind of useful. However, it also creates a situation where the square root of 4, right? So choice B, the square root of 4, is equal to, in choice C, 4 over 2. So 2 is equal to 2. So that would have meant that B and C would have been given me the same result. They both would have worked. And that's okay. That also is a problem with arithmetize, but it's one that we can easily overcome by just trying new numbers in those choices. So that is why, to me, this is a question that any single person can get. No matter how good you are at math, everyone can get this question right because it just takes a little persistence and using a strategy. And yeah, there are ways to get it without this, and some of them are fast. But I would be very nervous doing that kind of stuff here because this is supposed to be hard, and the SAT is known to take advantage of my instincts and my logic. So as much as possible, I'd love to prove my answer, and arithmetize is probably the easiest way of proving a lot of algebra correct because it gets rid of the algebra and lets us use numbers. So get good at recognizing when arithmetize is going to be a good strategy and apply it and grab those extra points near the end because it's going to absolutely increase your score.